Hey, I'm Marina.
And I'm Emily.
And I've seen everything in the Sex and the City empire 10,000 times.
And I'm starting fresh.
So I'll be woman-splaining the show.
And I'm along for the ride.
But there's a twist. We are starting with And Just Like That and working our way back to the beginning.
So in other words, we're watching it backwards and in high heels.
This is City and the Sex. Hey there. Yeah. I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry. I'm starting off with an apology.
Yeah, we're going to start off all these episodes with an apology one way or another.
Yeah. Well, we're almost over with this season. We only have 3 episodes left, including today.
Crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
And we still have a lot of surprises happening and a lot of character introductions happening. We're having a lot happen in these episodes.
Yeah, everybody loves to poop on this season, but a lot happens.
Yeah.
Like
I was pretty shook.
The book is pretty big deal. This episode in particular, I forgot how big a deal it is over many plots, I would say, including Samantha's.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do have to address something very serious at the top of today's podcast, which is, as we all know, we are in an ongoing press war with friend of the podcast, Rachel, who is absolutely insistent that Carrie's hair looks good and that she at one time was so inspired by the hair that she got it done for herself, I believe, in high school. She sent us the pictures. We are not going to put them on the internet because some things do deserve to be private, but they are glorious.
They're beautiful. And that, I mean, also, unironically, she looks amazing. I'd say she was inspired by the Carrie curls and then went out and just like absolutely showed up Sarah Jessica Parker. That's how you do it.
100%. I mean, she does look 57 in these photos somehow.
She's my president.
Yeah. I look at these pictures and I'm like, that is a first lady.
And I stand and I will vote for her when she runs after her first ladyship.
Same. 100%. And if I saw this on a real estate poster, I would buy said house.
Yeah.
But we have an added villain on this ongoing conflict, which is now Rachel's mother, speaking on the topic. And she writes through Rachel that she's a fan of the short hair and she has a question for us, which is, well, do they like when it's slicked back and parted down the middle? Because that's not attractive on SJP, which, girl, go off. I agree. I do think the hair cemented to SJP's head is worse than the short hair. I am willing to say that.
When she's saying slick back, does she mean like the haircut we're seeing in this episode where it's like back and then like in a tight
It's
pony?
The general SJP thing, I feel like, where her hair is like yanked back. It's in every season.
Okay.
It's the SJP, which is like she's got the middle part and then she's got the hair like slicked back. As you'll recall, in And Just Like That, she did a lot of hairstyles where her hair was like slicked back and then she'd add like 3 Cinnabons on top.
Yes.
Which I don't like.
No me gusta.
No me gusta. So I do agree with Rachel's mother on that one, which is that the short hair is definitely better on SJP, but the short hair is best on Rachel.
Yeah. It goes Rachel at the top. I'd say Carrie with the bouncy blowout.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Carrie with the like ponytail when it's short. And then Carrie slick back and then Carrie curly hair.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the ranking.
And then Miranda in a wig for And Just Like That.
Yeah. That's always going to be the bottom of the pile. Her quote unquote bad pregnancy hair in this episode is better than her wig in It Just Like That.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. It's like, yeah. It's like they did a good job of making her like look ragged. But I was also like, I have seen you at your worst, and you could go lower than this.
And you can always go lower. So this is Sex and the City season 5, episode 6, Critical Condition. I don't even know where that title comes from now that I think about it.
I was just about to ask you. I did not remember that was the name of the episode. And I was like, can't wait for Marina to say it. Critical Condition.
That's like a medical thing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be like reviewed and reviewed?
Yes, like bad like reviewed and reviled.
Reviewed spelled like the show review, and then review spelled like review, reviewed and reviewed.
Oh, that's fun. Are you sure this episode's called Critical Condition? Can someone fact check this?
I listen, I have the show Bible right here. I will literally fact check it live. It is called Critical Condition.
Okay.
I
think they made a mistake. I think they handed it over and someone at HBO post-production was like mixed up the file names and now we're here.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Oh, you know what? It's because they're critical of them. The reviews are critical.
Oh, critical. Ending cats, as we'll find out, is critical. Oh, like a critical condition. Okay, it's not their best.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's not their best.
Yours is better. Yours is the reviewed and reviews.
As a boss, former boss of mine once told me, if you're explaining, you're dead. So that's how I feel about that.
Good.
Hey, is he wrong?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no. Then he published a book. Okay, I shouldn't talk about it more or else he's going to come find me. All right.
He's going to send you a picture of him with curly hair.
He definitely will. Okay, so our one word for this episode, Emily, what's yours?
My word for this episode is neighborly.
Oh, okay.
I love when we have some interactions with the supporting, the NPCs, if you will, around them or whatever. And I like the sort of like neighborly moments that Miranda gets. And I like how unneighborly the girls are to her.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Again, anytime we sort of dip into New York, it adds a perspective to the show that's like, these 4 white ladies be crazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I like
that. My one word is Lorne Michaels.
Ooh, nice. Good.
Who knew it would become a villain?
Always.
For everyone. So let's get into it. We open with Carrie with Stanford at a cabaret show. And she says, as a New Yorker, there are several unpleasant things like that all of us have to survive. You know, getting your purse stolen, random public urination, and your gay friend's boyfriend in a Broadway review. I mean, she's not wrong.
No, this is real.
I do think the review is also the alternate is like comedy club. You know, when somebody's invited you to a comedy club and it turns out to be one of those where you spend $50 on a ticket with a 2-drink minimum.
100%. 100%.
And you're like, wow, I spent $100 to watch my friend's terrible 3 minutes.
And like, especially I feel like in my 20s, it was more of not even just my friends. It was like my friends' friends. Because it would be like my friends being like, oh, this buddy of mine from college is doing stand-up. We should go. And then you go very innocently being like, this will be a fun evening. And then you drop $100 on a dude you don't know doing bad stand-up.
Yeah, with fries and beers. And there's always, I love that Carrie makes the 3-drink minimum joke. Mm-hmm. You know, she's like, I'm starting to understand the 3-drink minimum. I'm like, yeah, man, I've been invited to a comedy club thing where then I had to chug 3 beers, which I would never do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they just hold you at gunpoint. It's crazy.
Yeah. One time I remember I was literally like, I will just pay for them. Don't bring them. And then they brought them anyway.
They bring them anyway. Yeah. I did the same thing.
And then they keep them open. So it's like a waste. You're like, at least keep them closed. Let me take them home.
It's like, this is so aggressive. Can you imagine if you went there sober and you were like, I actually can't drink. Can I just pay for the thing? And they bring you 3 open beers.
Yeah, because they don't really offer many soda alternatives, I would say.
No.
They don't.
It's like drinks only or beer.
And the water is, I mean, it's poisoned.
I mean, it's not New York tap water, that's for sure.
That's for damn sure. But anyway, poor Marcus giving it his all here, by the way.
What a mensch.
But then we learn that Carrie's stressed out because her book review is going to come out at some point this week. And I am going to butcher the pronunciation of this woman's name, and I am sorry in advance, but Michiko Kakutani is the famous New York Times book editor and book critic. So famous that Bowen Yang did an impersonation of her at his SNL audition. It's all connected. His whole bit was that nobody knew what she looked like or what she sounded like, because nobody does.
That's funny. That's a good pitch.
Because he basically, like, Bowen was like, how many Asian characters or people, like, can I realistically, like, do? And then he, like, came across her name and he was like, I could turn this into something.
That's actually genius. Good for him.
It's genius. It's genius that it comes all together in this episode. But anyway, so she's all nervous, and Stanford, of course, is ribbing her, being like, a book critic. You sure it's not an appetizer? Rib. But then he's like so cute here, where he's like, look at my boyfriend. He's gorgeous. And then Carrie, in the snarkiest way, is like, he can kick.
Yeah. Carrie's not really the friend you bring along to, like, be a good sport.
No. I will say, generally, this is one of those episodes that really treads the line of, like, showing that Carrie's a shitty person, but also in universe saying that she's a shitty person. So it's okay.
Yeah. I think the saving grace of this is people do call Carrie out pretty multiple times, I'll say, during this episode, which is, like, more than I can say for some others, right?
Yeah, no. Or at the very least, and then just like that, like, the whole episode would be about her book review in earnest.
Yeah, it would. And then other people would be like, I'm so sorry I interrupted your big problem with my actual problem.
Let me fix my wig. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then she excuses herself to the ladies' room again. Mean. And we get this great shot, though, of, like, all these women. It's like over the stalls, bird's eye view over the stalls of all of them, like, talking about, like, I thought there'd at least be one straight guy here, which, like, okay, girl.
Did you? Yeah.
It's kind of like how I went to that same comedy show and I thought there'll be a straight guy here, and everybody was in a couple.
And they all know each other from college.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, guess not. And so then they throw out that they're going to cruise the Village Square Market. And Carrie makes a quip that's like, I once was into the Amish guys who make hairbrushes. And this woman that she makes the quip to, you can tell that she sort of sees Carrie fully and immediately is like, ooh. She literally says, yeah. Hi, you're Carrie Bradshaw? I mean, incredible acting.
Yeah, we got some good face acting. We got some good old-fashioned face acting here.
I mean that in earnest. I love this woman. I love Nina Katz as a character. It only makes sense for her to be in one episode, but I would have loved to have her be a reoccurring villain a la Enid.
That would be fun. And also, like, to have her be a reoccurring villain who also, like, her whole bit is that she doesn't know she's a villain. Like, she's kind of minding her own business. And then Carrie, you know, like, she's sort of a mini Natasha figure. Like, Carrie is obsessed with her and so has made her a villain. But she is minding her own business, going to the market and trying to pick up guys and, like, trying to get on with her life.
Yeah, I know. Even when Carrie, I mean, we'll talk about it, but, like, I feel like every time Carrie confronts her, like, obviously Nina Katz is sort of giving the popular girl thing that's like, oh, you? And then she's like, well, bye, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that about her.
It's very funny.
But anyway, so she kind of gives Carrie this, like, oh, you're Carrie. And then Carrie's like, yeah. And then she's like, do we know each other? And she's like, oh, I recognize you from your column. And I went out with Aiden after you. Whew. And then I love the way she goes like, whew, like makes like a yikes, literally the yikes emoji face. Like, I mean,
hilarious.
Incredible. It's like, it's just the relatability. I've been both Carrie and Nina.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Not in relation to boys, but I'm just saying, like, the receiving end of stank face and the giving end of stank face. And then Carrie ends with the quip, I was all worried about my review, but turns out I'd already been reviewed. Dun dun.
Dun dun.
So then Carrie's with the girls at brunch, and she says it was a hit and run. Actually, it was a face and run. And I love that Charlotte. I know. I love that Charlotte comes to her defense, being like, maybe it was a facial spasm like Bell's palsy.
An insane suggestion, but thank you. I appreciate your
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe she had Bell's palsy.
Palsy is a wild thing to come out with. Wild. That's why we love her. And
that's the only time she interacts with the girls. They like put her in timeout for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, literally. And then Miranda chimes in and she's like, F that effing face, girl. And everybody's like, whoa, you sound really testy. And then we get to the actual real problem of this episode, which is that Brady's crying nonstop. And so Miranda's not sleeping, and that's very difficult. I love the quip. If he was 35, this is when we'd break up. I also noticed that while Miranda's complaining, Carrie asks for the check. And I think it's blocking so that Miranda can be like, oh, I have to go, and like get up and leave. But I thought it was rude. I'll say it.
It is the first sign of what's to come for the rest of the episode, is that Miranda starts to open up about her problem for the week, and then Carrie's like, all right, let's wrap this up. She's like, all right, we're done with the important conversation.
Yeah, you said your bit. We all heard it. It's fine. Okay. Then, poor Miranda's like, I haven't even been able to get a haircut. And then Samantha's like, oh, you just reminded me. I have this appointment at the John Mandy studio. And she like calls and she's like, I'm confirming on her little phone. And you can tell that Miranda's just like.
She has discovered that she's going to be the bully pinata.
Yet again. Bully pinata. Dun, da, da, da. It goes to her.
We got to start counting up some stats.
We should actually start logging who's the bully pinata and when. I think Miranda will probably win. She goes, Magda's waiting for me. Time to go back to prison. And then I love that Charlotte's like, oh, I'll come over and help because I need legal advice.
Yeah.
Just hit her with the stick. Charlotte reveals that she's working with Matthew Bloom of Bloom and Goldenblatt. Dun dun.
He's coming.
And he says, is he tough? Is he good? And Miranda's like, yeah. And then she's like, is he tough enough to beat Bunny into a pulp? And Miranda's like, yeah. And then she's like, good. Okay, great. I love the little breath she does to be like, oh, now I'm feeling good,
Yeah, that was all she needed. She presented it as like, I'm gonna, no, it's fine, I can come with you. Also, I need questions for legal advice. And then the legal advice was just, is he good? And Miranda's like, yeah. And she was like, okay, thank you.
Thank you, I'm good.
Like that's the only question she actually had.
I do appreciate that they leave together, so at least I can take solace in the fact that maybe she did help a little bit.
Marina's like, I'm grasping at straws. I need something for Miranda here.
I need some. Poor girl. Then, Miranda and Charlotte leave, and Carrie's immediately back on her business being like, why is this girl bothering me? And then Samantha drops one of the more famous lines from the show, which is, if I worried about what every bitch in New York was saying about me, I'd never leave the house. Which for her is true.
That's true. Yeah, that's not even an exaggeration.
Nope.
She knows.
So then we cut to Charlotte with the lawyer, and he is hot. And basically she realizes that she needs to be vicious to take down Bunny, but she doesn't want to be vicious in front of somebody who is hot because she wants to be demure. I love the way she takes off her little glasses.
Yeah. The version of what demure means is like, I want to take off my business glasses and put on the lip gloss and go, oh no. Yeah. We learned that Bunny never put her name on the deed, and then she's like, it's my apartment. Yeah.
Then we learned that Trey is out of the country, which is sort of random to me. Again, I feel like they needed to find a way for him to have his like savior moment at the end, which I think is great, but it does kind of make me laugh. They're like, now that he's out of the country.
It's like, we're, and also the fact that he sends a telegram. It's like, sorry, what year is this?
Yeah, I think the telegram again is one of those things where they're trying to shoehorn the stop thing. You know, they think that that's clever, but again,
a telegram, like he can. We're in fax territory already. You know what I mean? Like
9/11 happened.
Yeah.
So this is 2001, 2002.
We buy books on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. No one's sending a telegram, but they want to make this bit work. And sure.
They're like, Scotland is in the Stone Age, wherever he is. And this is the only way he could communicate with the outside world.
Him going to the Western Union in Tartan, being like, hello, yes.
I'd like to send a telegram.
But then we get our introduction to Evan Handler, a.k.a. Harry.
I love it. I love Harry so much. So just seeing him come in was like very exciting. I was like, it's time. And I knew he was the divorce lawyer, so I knew it was just a matter of time before we were going to get him. I love how low-key his entrance is, except the foreshadowing is there, like, sort of. Like, she says something about, just the way that they look each other, you know what I mean? And the way that he's, like, framed. But I love how relaxed it is. It doesn't feel like a meet cute, you know what I mean?
What's crazy is, off of that, is that that was not meant to be Charlotte's long-term relationship.
I mean, I kind of love that. Like, I actually kind of do. I love that they stumbled into it. That makes it kind of more beautiful.
Like, basically, Evan Handler impressed them so much that they were like, oh, let's keep this guy around.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think he, really radiates off the screen. Again, it's such a small little scene where he comes in, picks a bagel and, shoves it in his mouth and then spits it out the napkin. Like, something that should be gross somehow isn't gross. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of, and it feels very natural to him, He's not it's not the and just like that school of comedy where it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just sort of like he sort of eats the bagel, then he's sort of like, what? Blueberry, whatever, bye,
Right.
Very natural. And then Carrie has this line that's sort of like, Charlotte realized she can't be ugly, if she's going to be ugly with Bunny, then she needs somebody who isn't hot, basically. I forget what the exact line is.
Something about being handsome or doesn't want to be pretty in front of, I can't remember exactly.
Something like that.
Basically, it's like someone who's not hot.
Yeah. Which, isn't that a metaphor for her whole journey?
It really is. It really is. I think this is why I just like Harry so much. Is because he's just the most normal dude, but who's also a person.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fully capable adult who's also just a guy. And I like that one of the girls has to date, quote unquote, just a guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It feels so much more real and nice versus these larger than life,
Speak his
Aiden
name.
throwing ladders through windows and God knows what. You know what I mean? Sometimes I need a guy.
Yeah. Who just wants to watch the Mets and not eat a blueberry bagel. But then we cut to Samantha, who apparently has been fully waxed head to toe with her vibrator, and it dies.
Oh no.
Oh no. I love the way that she's so mad.
Yeah, she is. Her whole night has been ruined. Yeah.
So then we cut to Miranda with the baby, and it's in the middle of the night, and she's trying to beg with this baby, and then she gets a ring at the doorbell, and it's Kendall from 4D. And she basically is it's 2 a.m. And Miranda's sorry, I have a baby. And babies make noise. And I love how this woman's I have a baby too. And if you bothered to say hello to me in the elevator, you would know that.
I love it. I love Kendall.
MVP of this episode.
Absolutely.
Again, a shame that we don't get more Kendall.
I would have loved Kendall to be a new, recurring figure in this building.
I would have loved Kendall at the party where Miranda and Steve like finally decide to get together.
Oh yeah.
Like, why isn't Kendall there doing something stupid with the clown? I don't know. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Just throw it in the background. I like it. I like the implication that they have a life outside of these four. That's kind of nice.
But yeah, excellent scene. Excellent scene.
Excellent.
Then we get to Carrie, and she's waking up early to get the paper. She hasn't woken up this early, in fact, since Diana's wedding, which I was sort of like, what?
Okay.
And and then there's a random man peeing on the sidewalk, which I love.
Yeah, we love a callback.
We love a good callback. And basically the review ends with the sentence, like something about like, I enjoyed my jaunt in this world where single women rule and the men are disposable. And the review seems glowing right before that. It's like, this is a savvy-tabby trendy novel, but Carrie focuses on that line, men are disposable. And she's on the phone reading it to Miranda, and poor Miranda is just such a mess. Mm-hmm. I love that they gave her the dumb little scarf that like doesn't go with the outfit at all.
No. She just grabbed a piece of fabric.
And like her hair, she keeps like trying to brush her hair and somehow it keeps looking worse. I don't even know how they achieved that.
Yeah, there's like, they do a good job of making her look really frazzled and making the hair just look really oily and unwashed or whatever. But also there's something so real about just constantly brushing and nothing is happening. And you're just like, I'm going to maybe commit homicide.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pen and stab it in my arm. Like, I can't take this anymore. So Miranda's like, it sounds like a rave review to me. And then as she's messing with her hair, she's like, can I wear a baseball cap to work? And Carrie goes, with what shoes? And then Carrie's like, oh, you're right. You're dealing with real serious problems. But can I just obsess for another minute? I feel seen by her. I do.
By Carrie?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Don't lie.
This was the first episode where I was like, oh, here we go. This is the Carrie that I know from like and season 6, but I just like that really, except Miranda like has her limit with her and is like, do not talk to me about this right now and call somebody else. You know what I mean? Like it makes the scene so much more fun than watching Carrie steamroll over people.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like not fun. I want to watch Carrie be annoying in universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. And also sometimes you have to put your foot down with people. Like, again, this is one of those moments where I identify with Carrie. Surprise, surprise. And every once in a while you have to have somebody who's just like, I feel like my mom is the champion this. She's always like, I'll never forget one time. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. I don't remember. But one time in high school, she was like, Marina, you have to stop this mental masturbation. And that's what I think of every time I obsess, because it's a very gross image.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I'm condemning masturbation. I'm just saying it's like fucking your brain somehow. I don't know. And every time I like think about that phrase, I'm like, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta quit. I gotta throw the Aperol spritz down the sink.
That's a good line to have in the back, because there is something deep down. Rumination is like indulgent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There is something that is like, no, I want to obsess about this. Come obsess about this with me. And that is such a good way to put it, is just to be like, stop jerking off to your weird obsession and go outside.
Just get over yourself. I love it.
Lazy pervert. Like, geez, mom.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the number of times my mom's called me a lazy pervert. More than once. Oh, I'm glad she doesn't listen. Okay. So Carrie's like obsessing, and then there's like a long silence, and then she's like, Miranda, and then she's like, sorry, I fell asleep for a second. And Carrie doesn't even register that. She just like keeps going.
Yeah.
And then she just like goes on a whole spiral where she's like, do you really think I am treat men as disposable? Do you think that's what Aiden's thinking of me? And then she's like, has Steve said anything? Do you think he hates me now? Which like, listen, we've all been there in a relationship. It's just like the Burger episode where she sees Burger's friends and like can't help but go over there and like try to say something. Like we've all been there. But the fact that she's like trying to get Miranda to ask Steve about Aiden, a man she hasn't thought about in months and is only thinking about because basically he moved on and spoke about her badly, which you know some things, but you don't know the full story between them. And I can't wait till you see it because you're going to laugh here when she says, does he know I took care of Aiden's feelings? You're going to laugh.
Oh my God, no.
Laugh, girl.
On a scale of like 0 to 10, 10 being call an ambulance. Like, how psychotic is the sentence?
11.
I took care of Aiden's feelings.
11. Get the shock clear machine out. It's 11. I'm telling you again, pin this for later. Like, let me just, God. Let me phrase it this way.
Okay.
It's not that one thing goes wrong in the Aiden relationship and derails the whole thing. And you could say people make mistakes.
Okay.
Multiple major things happen in that relationship where you're like, how is this man still here? Okay. So think about that when she thinks about, I took such care of his feelings. Just you wait. Just you wait. It makes me laugh every time.
Oh dear.
And I mean, we'll get into it, but Miranda basically is like, I can't deal with this anymore. You've got to call Samantha, somebody who has time, because clearly, she can't stand me being a mother anyway. And then poor Miranda has this thing where she's like, I'm a bad neighbor. I'm a bad mom. And then Carrie's like, is there anything I can do to help? Hot take. The most dangerous, the worst thing you can say to a person. That's my hot take for this episode.
I'll stand by that. I think it's a good take. I also got kind of annoyed by that. Like, I think Miranda seems to appreciate it. She's like, well, just saying that helps. But, like, I don't know. I don't think that helped. Because, like, you're putting it on the other person to tell you what to do and how to help.
Well,
what would be more helpful is you actually helping in the ways that you know you can help. You just don't want to.
Right. And there's 2 times in the episode where Carrie goes like, oh, if you need any help, give me a call. And then she forces Samantha to go help, which is the correct move. And that Samantha has been, again.
Samantha is the one who's, like, in the hot seat for this for a reason.
Sure. But also, like, Carrie, girl.
Yeah.
You went over there once to complain, then be like, you're a mother, and then leave. And then you just keep being like, I'll help if you need help. And it's like, I need to see just more casual episodes where you're just over at her house in a t-shirt, just like doing shit. I don't know.
Yeah. It like, I need to see this interaction of like, you went to go pick up the paper and then you went over to Miranda's house to like read it while she's getting ready to go leave and you're going to take care of the baby, or something like that. Like, that is you, quote unquote, helping. Just sitting here being like, oh, is there anything I can do? Just let me know.
I know. It makes me so
like,
mad the way that Miranda's like, well, at least you care. I'm like,
no, Miranda.
This. Send it back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Send it back. Get it cooked again. It makes me so mad. I feel like TikTok has radicalized me on this, which is the phrase, can I do anything to help? Is toxic. I'm saying it. It's toxic. It's warfare.
It's warfare. It's declaring war.
The only ever correct response is, can I do X?
Yeah.
Do you want me to bring a cooked meal tonight? Do you want me to babysit on Saturday? Those are the only acceptable phrases.
Yeah. Or even like, say, can I, because then your friend's going to go, no, you don't have to. Just be like, is it okay if I come over and bring you a cooked meal? Just do it. You know what I mean? Like, because ultimately when your friend is like drowning like this, to use Carrie's word, like what they want is their time back, ultimately. So like, step in and do that. Don't wait for them to tell you what the thing is. You know that they want their time back, so pick a thing to take time off of their calendar. You know what I mean? And
also, like, when people are dealing with this kind of stuff, like, they don't really have time to process, like, oh, Carrie can come and, like, do this or that. You know what I mean?
Manage your schedule. Damn it, Carrie.
And we wonder why Miranda goes off the deep end and just like that. I'm going to blame it on this scene.
It's making more and more sense every day.
Every day. It also makes more and more sense because at one point Carrie's like, can you ask Steve about me? And then she goes, I can't have him help because I'm scared I'll ask him to marry me just so he can come over and help.
Oh, Marina, I felt this in my soul. Got stabbed in the chest.
And that's what she did. And that's what you did anyway.
That is what she did.
He built this house.
He built this house.
He built this house. Christ. Okay. I didn't expect this to be such a bummer, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it.
You were getting through. Yeah. It's a sneakily heavy episode.
It is. It is. But we catch that Magda is snooping outside. Doesn't really pay off. So I don't know what that's supposed to communicate other than Magda's a snoop.
I don't get it either. She looked sort of judgmental. I don't understand what the joke was. I felt like there was a joke, but I missed it.
Maybe it's like Miranda's a bad neighbor, a bad mom, and bad employer. I don't know. But then we cut to Carrie columning and she's talking about all the negative things. You know, why is it that we focus on all the negative things people say about us despite the evidence to the contrary? Which is kind of funny because we had an episode about judgment, 2 episodes ago? It sort of had the same setup.
Good point.
Get 'em. And then she puts her wet mug down on top of her article in the paper and then asks out loud, you know, when it comes to life and love, why do we believe our worst reviews? And then she realizes she put the wet cup on the paper and she gasps.
That doesn't really pay off either.
Whatever. At least frame it with the coffee stain or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Like making a funny, you know.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know we needed to add a comedy beat here.
Right.
But I guess Michael's thinking what we're thinking, which is it's too sad. Let's
do some goofy.
Let's do some goof. So then Miranda's in the elevator with Brady and the elevator doors open and the entire mom gang is there. It's like this building is only moms with babies. It's crazy.
Yeah, what building is this?
I don't know.
I like the headcanon that it's like the moms have gotten together to do like a walking group together. Like they're all going to go to the park together and Miranda is not involved because Miranda is like everyone's least favorite neighbor.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon for this.
I love that everyone in the building hates her because let us recall that soon Dr. Robert Leeds will also hate her.
That's true. Oh, when Dr. Robert Leeds is here, she's on the board, no? The co-op?
Yes.
Or something?
So
somehow she climbs to the top.
Somehow she's on the co-op board and yet everyone hates her. Which,
Bribery.
Thievery, and lies. And then we watch her struggle to like get the stroller out the door and the baby's screaming and it's tragic. Sad. The way they all look at her in both judgment, disgust, and pity is like, I can feel it.
Hit that piñata.
Woo! Then we get to Samantha and Carrie at City Bakery, which I guess was a big deal.
Yeah.
I guess. Brownies in New York, so they must have been something.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I like City Bakery. I'll get the brownie next time. I didn't know. the best brownies in New York.
So Carrie basically uses the brownie to bribe Samantha into doing something constructive for Miranda and the baby, because Carrie doesn't want to do it. That's the secret motivation that is left unsaid. And I love that Samantha's like, I know when he gets to college, I'll take him for his first drink and flirt with his friends.
This is unintended foreshadowing of the plot that they intended for Samantha for the third Sex and the City movie, which was that Brady sends a nude to Samantha. Accidentally? On purpose? I don't know. The siren behind me is already agreeing with me that it's a crime. And just by talking to it, they're coming to arrest me.
Yep. Clink, clink.
And this is the end of my time on the podcast because I'm getting arrested for talking about the Forbidden Samantha plot.
Woo!
Thank you all. It's
brought up the nudes. Get her. Get her.
She brought up the forbidden nudes. It's like, oh God, this is not a political time to be talking about underage. They're coming for me.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
On all levels.
On all yeah. I can't hear this line without thinking about that and being like,
yeah. They had it in from the beginning. Yes. And then she refers to Brady as an asshole. Gotta love her.
Maybe funniest line for me this episode is Carrie saying, "You can't call a baby an asshole."
You can, no. And then Samantha's like, I can't really do anything. I'm booked all day. I have to get my hair appointment and then I have to buy a new vibrator. Carrie's like, our friend is sinking. You know, we have to rally for her. I mean, you have to rally for her, not me, but you.
Right.
And
by we, I mean you. Some of us will, unfortunately, be sacrificed. But that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Michael Eisner to Jeffrey Katzenberg. Okay, shout out to anybody who gets that. All right. Then a very chic woman named Julia appears and she's like, oh, I'm lucky to get away from my boss on a wind tour. And we find out that she's friends with Nina Katz. And then we find out that Nina Katz is friends with Samantha. And then we find out that Nina Katz is a booker for SNL, which is officially the coolest job.
Yeah. I was like, this is such good. I think this is why she's such a good character. Is like, this is so believable.
Yeah.
Like, she is believable. And this is, that is your job. That is your job. Is the coolest job
that could exist.
Right. And also a job that is like, it's cool, but it's not, you have to be like very sure of yourself and very highly capable to do that job. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I know everything about this person just from hearing that, and I'm intimidated. I'm afraid of them.
Yes. And also there's something about the way that this woman portrays this part. I don't know. She just gives that off somehow. Mm-hmm. I cannot say more positive things about this lady. I don't even know who she is, and I didn't even bother to look her up on IMDb because you know what? In my head, she's Nina Katz, and I want Nina Katz to be real.
Yeah, exactly. That is actually the booking producer for SNL that got her to do a cameo.
Oh, can you imagine? Incredible. But anyway, Samantha's like, oh, she's the booker for SNL and she loves to talk. So the wheels are grinding. Now that she's Face Girl, forever known as.
Now that she's the Face Girl.
Then we get one of the best scenes in the series, which is Samantha at Sharper Image trying to buy a vibrator. I love the way that this man insists that it's a neck massager.
He is going to die on that hill.
He says, so what happened to it? And she's like, it failed to get me off. And then he's like, maybe you wore it out. And then she's like, wouldn't be the first time. It's just incredible how the scene is like, you know, that whole thing that's like trim the fat in scripts where it's like, it's just lean. Mm-hmm. Like that's how this scene is. It's like every sentence has a killer one-liner to it.
Yes. Snappy dialogue.
Snappy. Like when she goes and she's like advising all the women and one of them is like holding up this big contraption and she's like, no, that's definitely a back massager. And then Samantha's like, not if you mount it. Incredible.
I love this image we get to see of an alternative universe where Samantha owns a sex toy shop. And
is killing it. That should have been the plot of the third Sex and the City movie that never happened.
Yeah. She starts, her own firm and it sells sex toys.
Come on now. And insists on being the main model. Come on. The one repartee that's like, don't use that, it'll burn your clit off. And then the woman's like, even over my underwear? And then she's like, even over ski pants.
I love great.
I mean,
I love it. Not a word is wasted.
Not a word is wasted. It is incredible. So then we cut to Brady crying at Miranda's house, and Kendall shows up with the miracle oscillating chair. The chair works, and they basically are able to have this really comforting conversation where, she's like, how did you not hear about this chair? And Miranda's like, I don't know. And then she's like, didn't you hear about it from the other moms? And she's like, no, all my friends don't have babies. And then the woman's like, okay, well, if they don't have kids, like they don't have a clue. And then I love, again, this is the kind of thing, again, that is missing from And Just Like That. I love that at the very end of the scene, Miranda's like, well, thank you. And then Kendall like kind of points at her to be like, say my name. And then Miranda's like, Kendall. You know what I mean? It's like, we have to give this woman a name and identity. Like, she's not just here to just like save the day and run away. You know what I mean? Like, now we're like friends. I mean, they don't carry it through the season, but love it.
I love it so much. The scene is fantastic. I'm just going to spoil it out. This is my high point for the episode. This is my release the Kraken because I just loved it so much.
But yeah, no notes. Then Samantha arrives suddenly at the apartment, seemingly the next day, and says that she's giving her hair appointment to Miranda because she's Mary fucking Poppins and that she's going to watch the kid. I love the like pure disbelief that Miranda has. She's like, what? Are you for real? Are you for sure? And Samantha's like, go before I change my mind.
Yeah. And Miranda starts like grabbing things like, okay, like running out the door.
And then I love how she's like, all the numbers are on the fridge and don't call boys.
Yeah, it's very cute.
And then, of course, the door closes and Samantha turns to look at Brady and the chair immediately breaks and he immediately starts crying. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Love to see it.
Carrie's at home watching TV, and of course, SNL comes on. Dun dun.
In the middle of the day.
It's got Alec Baldwin. Dun dun. Dun, dun. I had that thought too. I'm like, is this supposed to be 1:30 a.m.? Because it looks like the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Like, I guess it's a re-air. I'm like, does SNL re-air?
Does it? Yeah, does it? Isn't the point that it's live?
I don't know. But I had the same thought. So notes. That's a note for the lighting designer. And
someone find him.
Get him.
Let him know we have thoughts.
Arrest him. I'm assuming it's a man. No, I'm just kidding. Carrie calls Samantha to bitch some more about Nina. I love that she opens with like, do you think she's telling celebrity hosts about me?
Oh my God.
And what I did to Aiden? Which again, when we get there, you, Emily, will say that it is deserved that Heather Graham knows what happened.
I'm going to be thinking about Heather Graham through that entire saga.
Yeah, just you wait. And Samantha's basically like, well, thanks to you, I'm at Miranda's and I'm dealing with this baby that's an asshole. And I love that she's like throwing toys at him.
Yeah, that's her attempt, is to just like toss it towards him.
Toss little stuffed animals at him and he just keeps crying. And then I love how she's like, call Charlotte. Great.
Yeah. Everyone's passing Carrie on.
They're like, we can't deal with this anymore, girl.
Yeah. Honestly, even if I had my afternoon free, if Carrie called me and was like, do you think she's talking to celebrities about me and Aiden? I would be like, I'm coming over there right now and I'm going to slap you in the face.
Good. Okay. That's good to know for me later.
Yeah. But it's with love, Marina.
Okay. Okay.
Put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that. Revisiting our friendship. No, I'm just kidding. So then Miranda comes back with decent hair. Hey. And Samantha reveals that the chair broke, but she got it to work somehow with the vibrator. And then Miranda ends on the button. It better be brand new.
Good.
Lovely.
It's good. Honestly, I loved this plot. I loved Miranda's plot for this episode.
Again,
it had highs and lows.
It had weight. It had comedy. All of it. Vibrators, babies, breaking boundaries.
Breaking boundaries.
This is what I'd like to read from the Sex and the City Kiss and Tell book for this episode. It was written by Alexa Junge. I don't think we've seen her name before, and I'm definitely mispronouncing it. It was directed by Michael Patrick King. So Amy B. Harris, one of the co-producers, writes, one day we were sitting in the writer's room, which is mostly women, and we were talking about how one of us had gone with a friend to Sharper Image to buy a vibrator. Basically, it's one of those great universally kept secrets that the Sharper Image is the best place to buy a vibrator. Every woman knows what those back massagers really are. And of course, it's far less embarrassing to say massager than it is to say vibrator at a sex shop. Samantha would not be embarrassed to go to a sex shop, but the Sharper Image was probably more convenient for her. What a nothing burger of like a... Of all the things that happened this episode, like...
That's crazy.
This is a 5th grade essay where I'm just going to write the same sentence 3 times.
Yeah. Is that like, okay, she went to the Sharper Image, which is unusual.
Vibrator. Yeah.
Wow, there was a lot we could have gone into, but all right. Thank you.
Okay. Sharper Image. They don't exist anymore. Rest in peace. Buy it on Amazon. Okay. Where was I? Oh, another banger scene. The one I alluded to last episode that thankfully was in this episode. So I didn't spoil too much.
Yeah.
But we see Bunny and Charlotte are having their face off with their lawyers. I love how they're doing the whole middle school thing, which is like, tell her.
Yeah.
And at one point, Bunny just goes off. And she's like, you know, you made a vow and you broke it. In my day, we respected marriage. You know, the heartbreak and the shame you put on my poor boy. It's incredible that you would even, you know, feel like you could show up here and show your face. Like, she's just vicious to Charlotte. It's just like so mean. And then Carrie has a line that's like, Charlotte was ready, you know, maybe to like give up. She had been fighting for so long for this relationship. Like maybe it was time to finally give up. And then we get the telegram from heaven.
So
you know,
I wanted it to be delivered.
Telegram.
I wanted it to be delivered by like a little boy on like a penny farthing.
Yeah.
Comes in. He's got his like little round hat with the visor.
He's
like, telegram, sir. From Mr. Goldenblatt.
Except he's Scottish, so it's like, oi! I can't do a Scottish accent.
Yeah,
like, I'm so sorry. All the Scottish people listening, I'm so sorry.
I like that you went for it, though, and you just barked.
I just went...
That's the thing. We think Scottish people are Scottish Terriers, actually, specifically, so we think you're all dogs.
Yeah. I never said that. But yeah, that would have added a little touch. But then we get the telegram with the stops. Mm-hmm. Charlotte York was a wonderful wife. Stop. She did nothing wrong. Stop. Give her everything she wants. Stop. Seriously, mother. Stop. Speaking of SNL, it's giving the high school theater sketch where they would just like do the vignettes. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it is. It's like the spoken poetry black box theater monologue.
Exactly. Ugh. Using that in my next work.
Yeah, you're gonna use that for auditions. You're like, I'm gonna just do the telegram from Critical Condition.
Can you imagine? And I will be playing the role of Trey McDougal from Sex and the City. Charlotte York was a wonderful wife. Stop. She did nothing wrong. Stop.
And I'll say, hey, can I actually? I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I don't want to kill your flow, but can I give you a bit of direction? Mm-hmm. Can you try that one more time, but like with a Scottish accent?
Okay. Again, monologue, Critical Condition, Trey McDougal, Sex and the City. I'm so sorry to the entire country of Scotland. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is this a bad time to say I prefer cats over dogs? I'll just hold on to that one.
No, we're just I can't wait till we get to the like full Buddy McDougal Scotland bonanza, and we're just gonna absolutely dig a deeper hole every time. For a country we have no beef with, we just keep stepping in it.
I can't. I don't know. I'm not good with the accents, you know? I'm not good. Well, the Scottish lad. I guess that's right. You know what? I finally got onto it. It's because it's Austin Powers, right? The big guy in Austin Powers. Isn't he Scottish?
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's the Shrek voice, right? So it's donkey.
Yeah, Shrek. Yeah.
Get off my lawn, donkey. So basically what I did, Charlie York, donkey, was a wonderful wife. Give her everything she wants. Donkey.
For the people who are just listening, I just want you to know that all she's done is just raised her shoulders.
All I'm doing is raising my shoulders and going, donkey.
Before every line. Instead of stop, she's saying, donkey.
Yeah, I'm a pretty lady. Charlotte York was a wonderful wife. Now I sound like Marcello from Asuna. Wonderful wife. God, I can't do it. Again, to the country of Scotland, from what I understand, you are all really kind and wonderful people, and I am so sorry.
They don't deserve this.
They don't. They don't. While the Winter Olympics is happening, no less.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a time of international cooperation and celebration of relations.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. Whew. Well, I'll never be able to look at this scene ever again.
Yeah.
Right. So after that, Charlotte digs her feet in and says that she wants just the apartment. And then she tries to sort of extend an olive branch here. You know, she doesn't want things to end bad with Bunny. Bad Bunny, get it? Super Bowl, halftime show.
Hey!
Okay, I can do that, but I can't do
we can do the
accent.
Nueva Yo! And that's it.
But ask me to say one word in Scottish that isn't donkey, and it's game over. Okay, football. All right, I'm done. I promise. I'm not done. I'm never done. Okay,
I'm done. Yeah.
So Charlotte says, I'm sorry things didn't work out for the better, for all of us. And Bunny sort of just turns her head and is like, bye.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte realizes that there's no such thing as a fairy tale divorce. And then Harry chimes in with, ding dong, the witch is dead.
Lovely.
So then we cut to horror strings. Carrie with Steve.
Oh my God. The way I sighed when this scene comes up and I'm like, oh, she got him to come outside and actually have a conversation with her about this. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing to watch. This is so embarrassing.
It's really sad to me that there are few Carrie and Steve scenes and every single one is cringeworthy.
Oh, that's true.
There's like the one where he's like, I'm never taking this ring off. I'm back in my Scottish accent. So sorry. He's like, I'm never taking this ring off. When they're like painting the house.
Yeah.
And then they have the other scene in Coney Island where he's like, I'm moving on. Like, it's always just like, leave this man alone. You have nothing in common with him and you never will.
Yeah. I wish they were friends. Like, I feel like it would be nice for them to be friends, but every time I see them, somehow she's also mistreating him.
Yeah, no. It's terrible.
Yeah, just stop. Leave him alone.
I love the way where he's like, did Miranda ask you to call me out here because she doesn't want me calling anymore? I'm like, yeah, this man has a bigger problems, like the baby he shares with your friend, as opposed to Aiden, who, again, you broke up with months ago and didn't bother to check in with.
Yeah. This, it's like, I feel like the obsession with talking to the friends who, like, do not have time for you is, like, it's annoying, but it's like, I can understand where, whatever, you're ruminating, you're obsessing. This is not a thing worth obsessing about, but okay, if you want to, fine. This is the moment where I feel like she should have had the moment she's at the end of the episode where she just curls up into a ball and runs home. When he goes, is Miranda saying something about the kid or whatever? Like, I would be horrified to get that look in the mirror of like, oh, right. You have like actual issues, and you thought that this conversation was going to be about your issues. Anyway, now I have to ask you about my ex, who's your friend who I like destroyed.
You know, it's funny. She says, I don't think all men are disposable, and then proceeds to make all men disposable in this episode. She's
Ooh.
disposable of Steve. She's disposable of Stanford and Marcus to that extent, who's a great dancer.
Put some respect on Marcus's name.
But
Ooh,
yeah, is that
Marina.
not funny? It's sort of, it's very like Sopranos, where it's like, I don't treat men disposable, treats men disposable the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't think they consciously knew they were doing that, but it's because that New York Times book writer was right.
Yeah, and you kind of clocked it. It's like, we got distracted by the Aiden thing and the friend. But the thing she was originally obsessing over was the are men disposable. And she just completely forgot it. So we don't get a closure to that. But you're right. They clocked her. You clocked her.
It's easy to be a cop when it's yourself in a mirror. Just kidding. But right. Yeah, no. As you know, Carrie and I's intertwined web of back and forth is never ceasing.
And it's okay. I won't actually slap you, Marina, because you're not Carrie.
Thank you. But you will tell me that your baby's more important.
I will tell you when I have a baby that is screaming, I will come over and hand you the screaming baby. And I'll be like, let's talk about it, but in exchange, you have to handle the screaming baby.
And that's fair. Now. That's fair. And I will call him an asshole. Out of love.
Out of love.
Out of love.
I would expect nothing less.
You're welcome. Let's get back to this horror show. Carrie's bullying Steve. She goes, how does Aiden feel about me? Again, can't wait for you, Emily, to find out.
I can't wait. I'm going to have to watch this episode before we get to that part just to kind of refresh my memory of all the juicy.
Yeah, write a big note on the wall that's called critical condition so you remember like to watch this episode again because it is bunko. Yeah. He says, he goes like, it was pretty bad. And then she's like, well, how is he now? And he's like, great now. And then we get this weird, like, again, masturbatory, like, weird jerk off thing where he's like, he was really in a depression hole for a long time. And she's like, days, weeks. And he's like a month. I just want to take a step back and be like, the things that Carrie does to this man, I would be in a depression hole for a year. So the fact that she's like days, weeks is crazy to me.
Yeah. Oh no.
Crazy.
I didn't even think about that. That she thought he'd be bummed for like a few days. Like,
I can't wait for you to know the full racked truth behind like the hate. I know you can see like the fire in my eyes and like
yeah.
I can't wait.
Oof, that's gonna be a delicious one to recap.
I love the way that he says, he lost his ability to open up and trust women. And Carrie repeats it back in disbelief, which is, again, why are you disbelieving? That is what you did.
Yeah.
And then Steve admits that he got that from Nina Katz. Dun dun.
Dun dun. And she's like missing the point. It's flying over her head because she's like 5 feet tall or whatever. Like it's like all I need to know, at least in this moment, like clearly it's like also horrifying, but at least even if you just go in knowing that she cheats on him with Big, like that's enough. You know what I mean? Like that's enough to kind of be like, yeah, that's a pretty bad way for that relationship to end. And also, yeah, your repercussions would be that his trust is gone. Like he's going to have baggage from that, as anyone would, being cheated on. Like the fact that she's surprised and like kind of doesn't believe it is so shocking to me. Like shocking. But to your point, I mean, you were so right about that goes on to treat men as disposable. That she is like offended that he had baggage from her mistreatment.
I can't wait to get into it. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that in any situation where you had some sort of big breakup with somebody, that you wouldn't automatically assume that things would be difficult for them, especially because she hasn't had the bump into him yet with the baby that she'll get at the beginning of season 1, which thank God. Although, as we know, that baby, Tate, a terror.
No, Tate's the good one, right?
Right? Homer?
Is he the one that's like, yay?
No, I think Tate's the bitchy one and Homer's the nice one.
Oh, okay.
The middle child's the nice one because they're desperate for attention. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So then after this scene, Carrie decides to go to the market to confront Nina Katz to tell her my side of the breakup story, which is crazy. Insane. This woman dated this man after you, and he was so fucked up that not only did the relationship not work, she tells Heather Graham about it. Like, you're never going to win the narrative, girl.
Yeah. What does she seriously think is going to happen? That she, like, goes and explains her side and wins over Nina Katz, and then the story spreads that Carrie actually was, like, an okay person? I mean, it's crazy. It's a thing that I wish would get a piece of closure, but it's kind of frustrating because I've seen everything after this. I know it's not going to. It is, like, Carrie's obsession with being liked.
Yeah.
And being, like, the hero all the time. And, like, she cannot handle other people not liking her even when she wrongs them. You know what I mean? Like, you have to just, like, you have to just, like, listen to my side of the story. Like, no, she doesn't. I mean, it's crazy because I should say it's frustrating because, and in just like that, she's going to get justified because Aiden's going to come back as, like, an evil being. Like demonic presence, so that Carrie gets completely absolved. And the writers even said on the writers podcast, we talked about this and on the Andrea Just Like That episodes, they said that they did this on purpose to make Carrie look good, right? Like, that's so annoying to, like, watch this knowing that that's where this is headed, is that, yeah, she does get vindicated and just gets, like, excused for treating people badly. And that makes me really annoyed.
Yeah, it does make me really annoyed. It also makes me, I mean, I think what makes me frustrated is that Stanford brings up the whole thing where, he's trying to talk to her about Marcus and she keeps brushing him off. And then finally he's like, I'm sorry, I've been listening to Aiden for 10 blocks and 2 years. And like, I just trying to talk to you about my Marcus for like 2 seconds. And he's like, how many relationships have I been in? And she's like, real or imaginary? And he basically is like, that's the point. I want you to review my boyfriend. And I wish the episode ended there, which is like, I'm being too critical, whatever. Like, let me embrace my friends in my life. But no, instead we do get this showdown with Nina Katz, which, Christ. Well, first of all, she rolls up with Heather Graham, who we find out knows everything. Love that.
Yeah, we love.
Then she pulls Nina aside and she's like, breakups are private and awful. And like what we experienced in that is our own experience. Like, okay. And then I love the way that Nina's literally like, okay. And then
like, Carrie, you're just adding more gossip. Are you kidding?
Yeah. And then Carrie has the epiphany, that she was really afraid of her own review of her relationship with Aiden. So then she's like, so bye. Leaves Nina there. If I'm Nina, I'm like, this girl is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell Heather Graham some
she's
more.
Crazier than, she's crazier than I thought. I'm going to tell Alec Baldwin next time I see him.
And then she said, the toughest reviews are the reviews that you give yourself. And then we get this long chuff text. I don't know if you heard Stanford going back and forth being like, I was stuck with Heather Graham and I didn't know what to say, but we were getting pretzels. And I said, have you ever been to Bavaria? That's where pretzels are from. It's like so loud. You can hear it over the fade out music.
That's really funny.
Stupid. But yeah, again, if I'm Nina, I'm like, this woman is crazy. Yeah. And also, like, I don't know, it's like the harshest review is the review you give yourself. I feel like they're not quite sticking the landing here on Carrie basically feeling guilty for what she did to Aiden.
I totally agree with your note about where it should have ended, because then the conclusion would have made more sense of like, oh, I'm obsessing about this thing and I need to listen to my friends who are telling me these things and whatever it is, like, it would have made sense. Here, you're so right that it's like unearned and it's also kind of the wrong conclusion. Like, this is the conclusion for a different episode about being hard on yourself. Her problem isn't that she's too hard on herself. Her problem is, like, she did a bad thing and then, like, cannot handle any sort of criticism, however mild, whether it's, like, people distantly talking about her negatively or, like, this book review that was actually really positive. Like, that's the problem, not you being too harsh on yourself. And she, like, walks away with, like, swagger, like, haha, I've, like, solved this problem. Like, you did solve shit.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to the Samantha quote, which is like, if I thought about what every bitch in New York thought about me, I'd never leave the house. Like, it's really more about that, which is like, if I thought every day about what I did to Aiden, like, I would not survive that review. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I need to review my life as it is now without him. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something more in that vein than like, yeah, the harshest review is the one we give ourselves. Like, okay.
Yeah. The problem wasn't that you were being harsh on yourself, honey.
Yeah. See you in hell, girl. And with that is the episode. We end all our podcasts as we end all our podcasts with our high and our low, our rose and our thorn. Let's start with the negative. Emily, what was your diarrhea of the episode?
My diarrhea is that little smirk and swagger in her step that she gives at the end of the episode when she comes to this BS conclusion that she's being too hard on herself. I was enjoying the ride of self-destructive Carrie until it ended like that, and I went out loud, that's it?
Yeah, I think my diarrhea is definitely the look that Miranda has on her face when Samantha's confirming her hair appointment.
Ooh.
Just brutal. You spoke about your high, which remind us was the Kendall scene, yes?
Yes, the Kendall scene, giving her the chair, saying you're a good mom, all of it. I loved it.
Long live Kendall. My highlight is the Sharper image.
Yeah.
The Kiss and Tell book tried to ruin it. They're not going to come for me because I still love it, even if it was very silly.
They can't take that from us.
They can't. And that was it. This was Sex and the City season 5, episode 6, Critical Condition. Well, we are in the critical condition that you like, follow, subscribe, join our Patreon, watch us on YouTube, look at us on the socials, do all of it. I mean, I know it sounds annoying, but the other day YouTube literally sent me an email that was like, ask your followers to follow. And I was like, I got it. Okay. Like and subscribe is a tagline. Leave me alone. So if you want YouTube to get off my back, please like, follow, star, subscribe, send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your hairdresser. Thank you. And until next time, bye.